blundered!
Oh no!
He loses the bishop!
Whoa, what? There's been a complete transformation.
Sindarov is completely winning.
He was winning, but he's just blundered. He's blundered his extra piece.
In one move, from winning to loss. Chess is hard, freestyle chess is harder.
We've done Asia and Singapore. We've done Europe a few times with Weissenhaus and Paris. We've done the US. And so Africa has been on the radar for a while.
South Africa, it's amazing. It's just so beautiful.
Just incredible scenery.
This venue is paradise on planet Earth, surrounded by nature and the animal kingdom.
I think it's one of those events where just already, besides chess, it was really worth it to be here and to see it just for, experience.
When I'm asked in interviews like which is my favorite place to play chess, I'm generally looking for an answer. I just say something random, but I think from now on I will say South Africa.
Preparations for the Freestyle Chess tournament in Krodbos Private Nature Reserve are in full swing. What follows will decide who rises and who falls.
My goal is to win the tournaments, and I'm sure everyone has the same goal.
My goals for any tournament that I'm playing, to enjoy what I'm doing and trying to fight against the young guys. There are many this time.
Hopefully I will play a good chess and let's see what will happen, and of course I will try to win this tournament.
I just need to focus to just show brilliant chess, which also gives me so much love for the game.
To play good chess with that time control here, and then I'm gonna see what that's enough for.
Well, the ultimate goal for this event would be to win it. Of course, it's very difficult, and the entire tour, of course, my chances to win are very small because Magnus has such a big lead. But I hope that I can do well in this final event. I feel good, at least that's the most important thing. If I put a good showing, if I play well, then I think I have chances, and that would be a great way to end the year.
Anything else you would like to give as a guidance before we head on to doing the final in Krodbos?
No, it's just a message to my opponents. It's there. I've been beaten many times this season, but I won't go away easily, and look forward to taking all of you on next season.
With their ambitions laid bare, the tournament now moves from words to action.
Welcome to the Freestyle Chess Grand Slam season finals here in stunning South Africa.
So now we have the best grandmasters, and I have no more to say than I wish every single one of them good luck. May the best win.
Day 1 marks the first real battle of the season's final Grand Slam. 8 grandmasters challenge each other in the round robin. They play with 10 minutes plus 5 seconds increment per move. The points earned today count toward the overall Grand Slam standings, and the top 3 finishers earn a powerful advantage. They get to choose their quarterfinal opponents. From the very first game, every move matters.
One could already sense that Magnus was showing a little bit more weakness that we are used to.
If you'd asked me like 24 hours before we started playing, I would have said there was a very real chance that I couldn't even make it to the playing hall because I was feeling really, really bad. I was throwing up, I had a fever.
Magnus Carlsen, world #1. Already 2 Grand Slam titles in his pocket this season. And still, day 1 becomes a test of resilience rather than dominance.
I was able to play, but I was still feeling like pretty sluggish. I really got away with a few games there.
Despite the illness, Magnus manages to stay afloat. For Vincent Keymer, the situation is similar. Like Magnus, he had been sick right before the tournament. Although he is feeling better, he is not sharp enough to play at his usual level.
Also, Vincent had a rough start, but he always in 10 minutes fast rapid was struggling a little bit, so that was not such a big surprise. It was already kind of a known fact that the more time he gets, the stronger he gets. What is Vincent doing? What is he doing?
Oops. It's not a good sign.
No, it's a horrible sign not to play knight e3 instead of f4, and now black can actually just comfortably take on f4 the pawn with a tempo. Yeah, and Magnus just picks up the pawn.
What has happened?
Just thrown away the game.
It's been 2 draws for Vincent, but both of them he was almost lost at some stage. So he's been living life on the edge, and I'm just surprised. That was one of the most bizarre blunders I've seen at this level.
I just mixed up the move order and thought that after knight e3 he had to go queen f6 as well instead of going knight d3 first. So yeah, I don't really know why. It's just sometimes, you know, when you're that tired and maybe the body is still recovering, then these kind of things can happen. And of course it's kind of painful.
It's not only a painful moment for Vincent, it's a costly one. Against Magnus, mistakes rarely go unpunished, and his day ends in the lower part of the bracket. Just days earlier, the organizers gave the players an insight into South Africa beyond the chessboard. Creating moments that would stay with them long after the tournament.
I think that one was quite dangerous, actually. Like, we were going on very slim trails with 10 meters going down this way and just rocks being on the other side with bushes on the trail. But once we got through that difficult path and we arrived at the dunes, that was truly magical.
We just went to see the coastal tour and to visit the cave that many thousands of years ago people inhabited. So that was very interesting, and also to hear a bit of the history, human history of Africa.
South Africa revealed some of its finest features: wide beaches, impressive coastlines, and stunning flora.
I have never been to something like that, and it was also quite unique how detailed it was. It's one of the unique things that I have done here.
Helicopter tour from the ocean is like one of the best, and I like it. It's a very beautiful view.
For Javokhir Sindarov, that energy translates immediately into results. On his birthday, he makes the strongest possible start in the round robin.
Look at this, Magnus about to get hit on the long diagonal, has just brought his knight out, and it's such a tough position. There we go. This is now a pin for the near future. Magnus in trouble. This is over. I think it's beyond hopeless now for Magnus.
There we
go.
Wow. And just like that, it's none other than Javokhir Sindarov, hot off of his 2025 World Cup victory, coming in and dispatching the world #1 in top form. Javokhir looks to be as he enters the final Grand Slam of 2025.
Beating the world #1, a statement that sets the tone for his entire day. But Magnus's day isn't defined by that single moment. As the rounds go on, he steadies himself, and against his longtime rival Hans Niemann, he shows exactly why he remains the benchmark.
And Magnus's way of sitting, yeah, it just signals that I'm so happy. I have everything under control. Burn your time, my friend, because what you can do, you cannot do anything. I fix the structure to my favor, and I'm going to kick you in the next couple of moves.
While some rise, others struggle to hold on. And for Param Magsudlu, Day 1 turns into a fight against himself.
And look at the combination of the white pawn and bishop stopping the black king from coming to the center of the board, keeping everything under control. So Param has all the time to get his own king into activity there. This is pure domination by him.
He's blundered.
Oh no! He loses the bishop!
To a pin. Parham, so close.
And he had so far. And it's completely lost now for him.
His heart rate over 150. The panic.
Both players right now, hearts beating out of their chests.
Wow, that is heartbreaking. Tragedy to start this event.
After that, his confidence is gone. No points, and the last place at the end of day 1. After 7 rounds, the standings are set. Javokhir Sindarov leads the field. Levon Aronian follows close behind. Then Arjun Erigaisi and Magnus Carlsen come next. Fabiano Caruana, Hans Niemann, Vincent Keymer, and in 8th place, Param Magsudlu. Yet Param arrived at the tournament carrying more on his mind than the games ahead. Before a single move was played at Hrodbos Private Nature Reserve, the players entered a different kind of playing hall. Taking part in a simultaneous chess demonstration with more than 100 students from the local community.
That we have 12 grandmasters who will all play against you.
It opens up a lot of opportunities for the kids, right? Opportunity to get interested in the sport, keeps them off the streets. It opens up a world for them, and it makes a lot of difference in their lives.
We have 12 different schools here playing chess from all over, and I think this will be a great catalyst.
I mean, in general, when you play Simul, you try to beat them easily, but I mean, I didn't want to do that. Just before they make some mistake, I was trying to tell them that what was the mistake. The problem was the other guys were crushing them, so it was not always my turn.
I actually cannot believe what's happening here, and the little children sitting here, it will be for them life-changing.
Chess, for once, isn't about rankings. It's about inspiration. It's quarterfinal day. The players ease into the morning with the intensity building later as the matches unfold. Lose the round, and the fight for the title is over.
I feel like Fabi deserves to win one freestyle event at some point. He always was close but never got to win an event.
Fabi, yeah, he deserved to win one of Grand Slam tournaments. He played very well in general.
I'm friends with Levon, and I'm always happy to see him do well. So if I can't win, then I would probably be very happy to see him win.
I would like to see my friends to play well, generally. I'm always rooting for Fabi. I am rooting also for Magnus.
The South Africa Grand Slam will only be decided on the final day, but the fate of the entire Grand Slam tour could be sealed today. Magnus Carlsen leads the overall standings. If he wins today, the title is his. There is only one player who can still stop him, Fabiano Caruana.
The first game today was dreadful. First, there was kind of an interesting strategic fight where I didn't feel that I was better at all, but there were some pluses and minuses from both sides, and then I proceeded to get outplayed, and I really had to struggle to stay afloat, but I did manage that. I activated my pieces, I was up on time, and I thought I had a considerably better position. And then in the course of a few moves, I managed to, one, lose my time advantage, and then two, blunder the position away, and I missed the king move where he could get out of trouble. And not only that, I also kind of forgot how the rules of chess work, because I thought I could take his queen while I was in check. So it was just a complete and utter meltdown of a few moves. And yeah, at that point I was not feeling great about my chances, that's for sure.
From the first moves, the tension is unmistakable. Magnus knows what's at stake, and so does Fabiano.
He resigns. Wow. Magnus taken down by Fabiano Caruana. The whole tournament, the whole tour is wide open.
In the matchup yesterday between these two players, it was Magnus who would come out on top. But in game one of their best of two in the quarterfinals, when Fabi needs to get it done for any hope at unseating the world #1 in his quest to become the first year-long Grand Slam Tour champion, he gets it done from the black side of the board. One more game to go here for Fabiano Caruana.
Before the decisive moments unfold, the attention shifts to another board. In the second quarterfinal, the final of Las Vegas is replayed. Levon Aronian has chosen Hans Niemann as his opponent.
I managed to surprise Hans with my b4. We came to this idea like right before the game, and I think it's playable. It's at least creates this balance, and yeah, I feel there'll be some sort of a sharp game, which is something that I'm looking forward to.
If I develop normally, I have a pretty solid position, which is in our game in Vegas. I didn't really get out of the opening, so I'm quite happy, and we'll see how things go.
Because there is no clear winner, a tiebreak follows. And this time, Levon takes control. He advances to the semifinals. For Hans, the loss is frustrating, but it is not the only story of his week in South Africa. Days before, Hans had competed in something entirely different: freestyle diving chess, a small invitational event held at the Silo Hotel in Cape Town. 4 grandmasters playing freestyle chess, but underwater. Hans Niemann wins the first ever freestyle diving chess event, even defeating the reigning diving chess world champion, Michal Mazurkiewicz.
The diving chess, I was looking forward to it. I thought it was a fun concept. It was nice, obviously, winning it. I guess my experience holding my breath underwater and swimming gave me an advantage, and the chess games went quite smoothly.
I like very much events connected to chess, which is entertainment, fun. Of course, the players cannot concentrate that much. It's a big challenge for them, going underwater and think, and then make a move without coming back up.
I'm actually very happy I didn't take part in it, because I saw how much Fabi, who's much better swimmer than me, was struggling. But it was fun.
Interesting, fun. You could say a little bit silly, but I thought it was enjoyable. I mean, none of us had ever tried it before. Hans was probably the most experienced in the pool, so that gave him, I think, a bit of an edge for sure.
It's like some very hard game. I feel like I was played 7 hours classical game. It was very hard to every move dive and play, but it's very good experience and I like it. I get third place and get some medal. Yeah, I was very happy.
Back at Grootbos Private Nature Reserve, the scene changes once more. Another quarterfinal is underway, with Arjun Erigaisi facing Vincent Keymer. The opening game ends in a balanced draw, leaving the outcome to be decided in the second.
Yeah, the opening was very nice. I think also it was a difficult position for Black to play. He played quickly and I made some pretty unnecessary errors, which led to him having not only much more time on the clock, but also suddenly the better position. So then I had to go like full defensive mode, just try not to lose the game on the spot. And yeah, I kind of managed to hold on, and I think then he suddenly started burning all his time to try and find a forced win, which wasn't really there. His position was just nice. He could have continued playing normally, and that's when he blundered.
Apparently there's a forced win right now, and Vincent finds it, giving up his rook for the knight. And now, no matter which way you take back as black, it's game over. If you take with the queen, then, oh, that's happened. The pawn drops off with a check. If you'd taken with your king, the rook would have come forward. Vincent nodding his head. He spotted the win. He gives another check. And now, no matter where the king goes, the white rook is coming up, either to deliver checkmate or to win the black queen. Game over.
Arjun recognizes it. There was forced mate on the board.
Vincent Keymer, the champion of Weissenhaus, showing that that was no fluke. Under pressure, the best comes out in him. One chance, and that's all he needs.
Let today be the day that an 11th commandment was decreed. Thou shalt not pick Vincent Keymer in the knockout stages.
Back to the second game between Magnus and Fabiano. All eyes return to the center stage.
It's gonna be position number 4.
If you ask me what kind of percentage I give to Magnus, that with the black pieces he will, from the position that was drawn out, because it was a very unfortunate position actually for Magnus to be looking for winning chances for black, I would have said it's almost impossible.
The way Magnus Carlsen stood up from the analytical time when he was looking at it together with the other players, he stood up after a few seconds. He said, okay, this position is just awful, so I'm leaving. He had a different mindset. He left after a few seconds. He went to the board. He set himself alone. He knew that his goal is nothing else than to win. And he knew exactly that the first 5 moves can decide the outcome of the game. It's not because it's over. It's because after 5 moves, maybe Fabiano can stabilize his position the way that it's going to be so stable that it will be almost impossible to do and find any weaknesses in his position.
I managed to get a playable position from the opening where there was imbalance, and then I got the opportunity to sacrifice a pawn, which I was very happy with. Yeah, I think after that I had a significant sort of psychological advantage because, I mean, draw or loss doesn't matter for me, and he is sometimes torn between trying to play it safe and going for it.
To beat Fabiano, number 3 in the world, you cannot do it with the black pieces, even if it's freestyle chess. It's almost impossible. But somehow Magnus' magic worked. And it was incredible for me to see from before the game how he could show his resilience. All the smallest decisions he made. It was amazing to follow it live.
Because Magnus obviously finds it. And it's a brilliancy. You capture the bishop, the rook slides over, you win material with interest, weaknesses all across the board for Fabiano Caruana. A turnaround. Magnus about to make a comeback in this match.
You can just never count the guy out. We said it before. He doesn't feel nerves. He doesn't have nerves to feel nervous. And he's put it on display here when it was a win or nothing for Magnus Carlsen.
Magnus is going to win this endgame. He's an endgame genius at the best of times, and this one is so favorable anyway, with a white full of weaknesses here.
It was a very complicated fight, but I felt like I laid the groundwork early on there. I think the fact that I managed to pull it out was quite deserved.
The match goes to a tiebreak. At the end of the day, Magnus wins both blitz games. Fabiano Caruana missed his chance, not just to win this match, but to become the winner of the Grand Slam Tour 2025.
I think that the healthy approach is just to try to forget about it, but it's kind of unavoidable in most cases that you just think about, okay, what could I have done better and how could I have done this? How could I have been so stupid? Everyone struggles to limit their bad emotions or to limit their self-recrimination because it's not very constructive to beat yourself up, but it's obviously a natural thing to do.
With that match, Magnus sealed the victory of the overall tour. And I also felt like prior to the event that, yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate if Magnus wins the quarterfinal, then he already wins the tour. And what will it do to the tour? Yeah, no, it did absolutely nothing, because actually it was such an intense battle between Fabiano and Magnus Carlsen, and Fabi was the only player who could have caught Magnus, so we couldn't have had a better kind of scenario. It was amazing.
I feel really good. Today was a tough day. If I'd lost the match today, there was a very real pathway for Fabiano to win not only the tournament but also the tour overall. So yeah, that was really big. And now that I've won the war, I'm trying to win the battle as well in this tournament.
Day 3 opens with the spotlight on the lower bracket matchups. For Parham, the tournament never quite comes together. But on day 3, there is hope for the first win.
I think I'm doing a good job for anyone cheering me up in this tournament. I think my first point is coming. Maybe draw or win, but something is coming for sure.
But after a blunder, his hopes are dashed. In the end, he loses this game. In the second game, he finally earns his first half point of the event.
He's a really great player, but sometimes it comes down to a few critical moments. You tilt a bit at the wrong moments and things fall apart. The score it looks very extreme, of course, but it is also kind of a field where, you know, everyone is going to pounce on you if you're not in shape.
With this result, Fabiano moves on with a chance to fight for 5th place. In the other lower bracket semifinal, nothing is decided in regular play. Arjun and Hans remain evenly matched after 2 tense draws. The match goes to a tiebreak, and this time, Arjun keeps his nerve. He wins both tiebreak games.
And he pushes g4. He wants to occupy everything.
That's a big mistake. The g4 is a huge blunder by Magnus.
And look at Sindarov.
Yeah, like,
exactly.
Okay, now.
Yes, and his heart rate is going up.
With mistakes on both sides, the momentum keeps shifting. Magnus takes the first game. Javokhir takes the second. After a tiebreak, Magnus wins 2.5 to 1.5. And once again, he finds his way into the final.
What can I say? It was complete and utter meltdown by both players. I guess I outlasted him more than anything else, but it feels good to be in the final.
One minute to the start.
The second semifinal carries a different energy. Levon, winner of the Las Vegas Grand Slam, faces Vincent, champion of Weissenhaus. 2 players who already know what it takes to win on the stage are now fighting for a place in the South African final. Before Las Vegas, few would have expected Levon Aronian to become one of the defining figures of this Grand Slam season. His victory there marked a turning point, with the support of his family playing an important role.
He's a special person, and I'm not saying this because he's my husband, but because I just watch him whenever he's talking to others as well, and everyone appreciates him so much. He's wise, he's mature, he's in love with life, and it makes people love him because sometimes we forget to appreciate life, and he's kind of a constant reminder that life is beautiful and we should appreciate every single detail.
The life of a chess player can be kind of brutal, because you travel all the time, you don't get to spend much with your people who you love. And for them to be here and to make an effort to be here, of course, I'm very grateful for Annie. I mean, she's a big fighter, and it inspires me as well to fight.
Today we woke up and started dancing. and listening to some music. And Levon and Zabel were dancing together. I was filming and I was dancing with them. So it's a lot of fun in our house, the preparation for the game. It's not like usual tournaments. It's more fun and it's more relaxed here.
A couple of years ago, when my daughter was born, we were talking with my wife, and I was saying that, you know, I want to continue playing chess. I want my daughter to see me winning, because it's kind of one thing to tell your daughter, oh, daddy used to be good at something, is another thing is showing it. So it's something that motivates me, and I'm very pleased that it happened in front of her eyes, and she's there everywhere on the pictures. It makes me very proud.
On the board, nothing comes easy. Both players refuse to give anything away.
I kind of like my position. I don't know. I think the knight comes to e6 and it's very solid. I'm not sure if I'm better, but I don't think I can be worse. I think this knight on b3 is kind of misplaced, but I think he's not castling. He's trying to make a long castle, but I don't think it's gonna work. I like where this whole thing is going. The first game was kind of solid, maybe a little bit boring. I thought I'm slightly better, but it was not easy to prove. He played well. The second game, I just got too excited. I thought I'm going to have a great attack, but I was definitely not being objective, just because I wanted to have fun and attack. My position was not great, and he played very well. And yeah, I got lucky at some point to survive that one.
The second game is drawn as well. That sends the match into a tie-break with a shorter time control. Here, Levon is more comfortable. He wins both games and takes the match.
I feel absolutely happy. I was very stressed in the playing hall, and I was following all the games, and I didn't even take a 1-minute break, so I was very, very stressed. I'm very happy that Magnus and Levon are going to face each other tomorrow, because I think it will be very intriguing and very dramatic.
Yeah, very happy. It's a dream come true to be in the final of the finals.
Family has played an important role for Levon throughout this tournament. In recent months, also, Magnus has entered a new phase of his life. He became a father.
It's fantastic being a father. He gives me joy every day, and my wife is a great mother, and she's also very supportive of my chess. So I do get to focus on that when I have to, and I look forward to the future.
The final is set. Magnus Carlsen versus Levon Aronian.
My prediction is not working because it's based on my emotions, so I don't want to mix the emotions with logic. And my wish is that Levon wins.
I don't like to predict. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen in half an hour. So just you have to live in the current moment, not to think about future or past.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final day of the 2025 Freestyle Chess Grand Slam Season Final here in South Africa. One more day in paradise, one more day of incredible chess action.
Magnus Carlsen is always hungry for more. He is the overall tour winner, but he wants to finish the year on a high. He wants to get that third victory off the slam. So I think he's coming out with full guns blazing. He is inspired and motivated, but he's playing against, I think, peak performance Levon. What a year Levon's had, and I think this one's going to be a fireworks of a final.
Magnus and Levon did not meet in a single knockout match at any of the previous Grand Slams. Instead, they crossed paths in a very different way. At a simultaneous freestyle chess event at the University of the Western Cape in Cape Town, Magnus and Levon shared the board as a team.
I've played with Magnus before as a teammate in Simuls, Yeah, I think we like to fool around. I mean, he likes to make some tricky moves.
It was terrible, you know. I was in a team with Levon, and he was just blundering pieces left and right. No, it was a great experience. Great to see all the kids, all the excitement there. Playing freestyle Simul was a lot more interesting than like a normal chess Simul, because normally you'd play a little bit by autopilot, right? But here you cannot do that. Like, we actually had to think, and that is why we, read Levon, also ended up blundering a few pieces and losing a few games. But overall, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was really beautiful, beautifully organized, and the kids were pretty good. Yeah, I was really not playing well this time, so because of me, we lost a couple of games, but it was still fun. We made them happy. I think playing freestyle chess is like falling in love again, you know? I started playing classic chess back then when the game was not well studied and developed. And then at some point it got so studied that, you know, you kind of lose the flame. And freestyle, of course, brings it back because it's always new.
Levon and Magnus are two of the players who have embraced freestyle chess more than almost anyone else this season, and both have consistently shown respect for each other's success. Now they return to the board as opponents.
It's like Magnus is just fishing for something, but like White has no weaknesses. Oh, this is a golden opportunity.
It really is.
Yeah, he has to win this, I think, to win the final. Magnus shaking his head. This is almost game over. This is crazy after just 12 moves.
This is Magnus just waiting for a blunder by Levon.
Unhappy Magnus right now. He's just looking forward to the second game, a reset and an opportunity to strike back.
The big final will come down to a very big second game. This first game is a total massacre. It's a one-man show.
From the very beginning, the first game takes a clear direction. With a convincing performance, Levon wins the first game. While the final unfolds, the remaining positions are decided on the other boards. Fabiano secures 5th place with a 1.5 to 0.5 victory over Arjun.
Fantastic performance by Fabi throughout the tour. I will say, yes, he never managed to clinch one of the slams, but let's remind everyone of the journey he's had, right? He finished runners-up, 2nd in Weissenhaus. He finished 3rd in Paris. He finished 5th in Vegas and 5th here as well. So that's been his minimum finish that he's had. And that's a lot of money. I think it's been a pretty good season, a pretty good tour. And for a reason, Mr. Consistent, always very close. I think that one title is still missing. He's going to be looking for it next season.
Eyes on 2026 for Fabiano Caruana and his fans.
In their final match, Hans defeats Param and finishes 7th. No podium places have been decided yet. In the game for 3rd place, Javokhir arrives after a dominant tournament and with only one loss the day before in the semifinals. Vincent, who struggled early in the round-robin stage, steadily improved as the event progressed. He wins the first game, putting himself in a strong position. In the second game, he stays precise.
What I'm about to say could end up being very embarrassing, but I think this pawn break will just work. So if I calculate everything correctly now, there's not even a way for him to make a clean draw, and I only need a draw, so I'm very happy right now and just hoping that I didn't blunder anything, and then it would hopefully mean that I will take 3rd place.
Yeah, I'm expecting handshakes any moment. Again, this last move, just pure perfection by Vincent Keymer. He's giving no chances at all.
And there we see a resignation from Sindarov. Vincent Keymer takes the win.
And what a year it's been for the German Grandmaster. Just impressive start to finish. Starting the year with a Weissenhaus victory, has gained over 50 points in his ratings, climbed up to world number 4, one of the best in the world. And he finishes it off in style.
Attention returns to the main board. Magnus needs a win to force a tiebreak. For Levon, a draw is enough. Magnus presses, but Levon remains solid.
But Black's found the perfect way to just separate the white army. Look at the lack of coordination. The white rook now so far away from the knight. The pawn has been distanced. Now he's going back, Levon Aronian. He's going to slide his rook across, going to bring it back. He's going to eliminate that white pawn. That is going to secure the draw he needs.
That is stunning. That is so precise. He stops the white knight from jumping in. A single check on Levon Aronian would be game over for him. She's making sure that Magnus's knight isn't going anywhere. Looking away, dominating, and there it is!
And he does it. Levon Aronian, undefeated run through South Africa to become your 5th Grand Slam champion and to go back-to-back to close out his 2025.
Wow.
Levon Aronian, look at the celebrations. He deserves it. He's going to be rewarded with a kiss there. And yeah, that was just a fantastic display of determination, focus, endurance, everything.
To go to the grand final here in South Africa, no better opponent than Magnus Carlsen. He gets it done in game number 1. He knows all he needs is a draw. He finds the end game. He's still pushed in just the way that Magnus Carlsen is able to do, but he holds strong defensively, and he gets it over the line. $200,000, the title of the South African Freestyle Chess Grand Slam champion, and he'll take 2nd place in the Freestyle Chess overall tour. Locking up his top 3 finish. In 3rd place, it's Vincent Keymer. Finishing 2nd, it's Magnus Carlsen. Defending his title, your Freestyle Chess South Africa Grand Slam champion, Levon Aronian.
I feel like his journey started in Las Vegas when he knocked out Magnus Carlsen in the Blitz playoff, and ever since Levon was just shining and, going undefeated here in South Africa in 4 days of freestyle chess against the very best players in the world. This is completely insane. And then Levon in the final day against Magnus Carlsen showed that, well, it's not only about luck, he is just such an incredible player. A very well-deserved victory for Levon.
With this win, Levon moves up to 2nd place in the overall tour standings, overtaking Fabiano. Vincent finishes 4th, just 2 points behind. But the overall champion was already decided on the 2nd day. Despite losing the final, Magnus Carlsen wins the Freestyle Chess Grand Slam Tour 2025. Across 5 tournaments, his overall results were unmatched. 2 Grand Slam victories were enough to secure the title.
He's been playing very consistently. Every single tournament he's been playing so well. It's no wonder he has won. It's a privilege to play against him and to learn ideas from him. And yeah, this is really a wonderful time for chess.
I think for every event, different things stand out. So starting with the GOAT Challenge in Weissenhaus, like February 24, which was our first event. After the event, it was clear that we're going to do something bigger out of it. I'm just totally excited and glad that we have put on this incredible show together with you and your colleagues and like 85 people that are putting the show on every time, going to Germany, France, USA, Las Vegas, and then finally here. And I'm just so relieved that everything went so well. And the result couldn't have been more spectacular, and the final couldn't have been more deserved by these 2 players.
Being able to play freestyle and being able to earn money from there and be in special places is a dream come true. You can ask any single chess player.
It's been simply fantastic, like not just the tournament, but so the hospitality and the locations. Yeah, these are like some of the most exotic places in the world, and it's an honor to be part of this freestyle tour, and I hope it continues.
I think the project overall is great, and the amount of effort put in and the amount of really impressive tournaments. Criticisms I had were about the kind of change in format, but I think if we get a consistent format, then it can be a really great project going forward.
I think it has been a great addition for us players. We have the classical events, we have Blitz and Rapid, and now we also have freestyle.
This year's been phenomenal. What, kind of began as this wild seed of an idea from Jan Henrik and Holly Buetner, I think it's evolved over just the course of the year into something really brilliant and special. So I'm excited for what's to come.
Best friend as a chess piece? Maybe the knight, because it can go to places other guys can't.
I think knight would be my best friend.
I will always choose a knight, I think.
I think my best friend would be the knight.
You can have a good bond with the horse, so I'd say the knight.
I guess the queen, because it's like most powerful.
I guess a queen. Every king needs a queen.
You never want to have a friendship with a king, because you never know what could go wrong in that case. But a horse, and that can be a good friendship.